A common misconception is that comparing yourself to others is always a bad thing. Everyone nowadays feels like they need to have that you versus you mindset, the you and you mindset, but never you against somebody else. It's like you ignore the fact that friendly competition occurs all the time. If you have a brother, a sister, a close friend, and you try to one up them on something, you normally gain something positive out of it because they're doing the same thing to you, and it has this sort of effect on yourself. However, when people actively are comparing themselves to other people and they start to feel down about themselves, they start to feel like they haven't made the right choices in life, this person's the same age as them and they're doing far better, that's when they start to gain insecurities. And that's when I honestly think you shouldn't be comparing yourself to other people. Or maybe you are doing it the wrong way. I personally believe if I see someone doing better than me, if I see that they're young, why can I not do it too? Honestly, it sounds so corny, me saying, why can't I do it too? Why can't I do what that person is doing? You can't tell me I'm wrong because we all set limits on ourselves time and time again. Normally, when we see somebody else on social media living the best life, only showing their highlights, they ain't showing the full story. They're not showing the lows. They're showing you unrealistic aesthetics and that their life is the best possible. And maybe they try and motivate you, but it doesn't work because you start to feel insecure about your life. You start to ignore all your achievements, how hard you fought to be where you are, and that you are still standing knowing that a lot of people aren't. But I get it. That's not the point. How you need to look at these things is that, okay, somebody got this, somebody achieved what I want or something I'm interested in. Let's say it's a physique for the guys out there or even the girls out there. They see that physique that they want. You see that physique that you want. It's aesthetic, it's everything that you want. And you start saying to yourself, man, like, look at that person's physique and I look at mine. Me, when I see something like that, it motivates me. It gets me going. It gets my blood rushing because I know, wait, maybe that's a new goal in mind. Or maybe now that's going to make me work even harder because I know there are people out there working hard. Everything that we look at and we see can be turned into a weapon. It doesn't have to turn into a negative all the time. And it's harder than what I'm saying. Of course, to get out of that routine of feeling insecure because somebody is doing better than you. Somebody is doing better than you in your eyes. Who knows what's going on when they turn off the camera, when they stop recording? Who knows what's going on after the conversations you have with these people in real life when they go home and how they're feeling? Who knows? We don't know. You don't know. I don't know. Who really knows what's going on? All I can tell you is that your mindset matters with everything. Instead of looking at these people, maybe idolizing them or fantasizing being like them, what you need to do is use those people as competition. When you start using people as competition, it gives you this drive. And maybe it's not the right thing to do. But when I use people as competition, it's not to prove myself to anybody. It's to prove it to me. It's for my own fulfillment. That's what I want to do sometimes. Inside of my head, I have certain people that I know, listen, I'm trying to work harder than them because I know I can. I know if I put in the time, if I put in the effort, I'm going to work harder than them. There's no point sitting around sulking about it, looking at myself in the mirror and saying, man, I really don't know what I can do. Or man, look at me. I haven't done anything in my life and I'm this age and that person's that age. Nah. I don't give a toss about any of that. I know that I can achieve anything that anybody is doing on here, that anybody is doing in real life, if I really wanted to. And if I don't, that's because I'm not putting in the effort or if I don't want it. Your outlook matters. Positivity matters. I'm comparing myself to others in a positive way, not a negative way. I'm not putting myself down. I'm not saying I'm not living the best life and these people are incredibly better than me. I can understand and be real with myself and say, you know what? That person is doing better than me. But for how long? Because when I catch up, I catch up. When I work hard, the hard work pays off. I know it. And if it doesn't show up, then I'm going to be waiting for that hard work to pay off. I know it every single time because that's what's happened every single time. I think you should honestly start comparing yourself to others, and you shouldn't be afraid of it. A lot of people will tell you to not compare yourself to anybody but yourself. And I'm not necessarily saying they're wrong. But what I'm telling you to do is that when you do compare yourself to other people, make sure you are not belittling number one, and that's you. You should never be putting your own self down. When you look at these people, stop telling yourself that you are a failure. Stop looking at the mirror and frowning at what you see. Because before any of that, you weren't. Social media is so picky with what it wants to show you. And people are picky with what they want to advertise to you because they don't want you to feel like their life is bad when it secretly is. They only want to show you the highlights, the best bits. They're showing you the trailer, but you haven't sat down to watch their movie. I am telling you, every single person tries to advertise you this, and it will be rare that you find real people that will tell you how it is. Because a lot of people, even though they have all of these things in life, money and so on, I don't want to make a goofy list, they would do certain things to have what you have. And it sounds crazy. A lot of people are like that. There's always something that you have that no one else has. All I'm telling you to do is when you compare yourself to other people, use it as competition. If you don't have that drive, if you don't have that motivation, if you're not consistent enough, use somebody else as that one person in front of you that you are constantly chasing. I don't care who it is. I don't care how you do it, but use that to push you forward because it works. And I don't know if this is the healthiest method. I'm not a doctor. I don't know what this is going to do to your mind, but I honestly think it works and you shouldn't be scared to do it. Everyone has their own method to their madness. What works for some people might not work for other people, but I don't think it's good when people are telling you that this will not work at all. I'm sure people do worse things to give themselves that drive, to give themselves courage to pursue what they want to do. I feel like sometimes we forget that what we see isn't everything. We don't get to see everything people show us. That's why you should believe nothing that you see and only half of what they're telling you. Anyway, you get where I'm going with this. You smell what I'm cooking. I want you to start comparing yourself to other people, not to make yourself feel small, not to look at yourself differently in the mirror or feel like because this person is the same as you, the same age as you, that man, you're a failure. Look at it as competition. This person's the same age as you, so that means that you can do it too. Maybe they had help. Maybe they had benefits. Maybe they had that extra push or they had something that you don't, but that don't mean you can't do it too. I've got many people in my life internally that I have competition with, and I can't wait to catch up, but I also can't wait to overlap them. Let me know what you think about this in the comments down below. Anyway, that's me for today. I'm going to catch you tomorrow as always. I'm gone.